It's currently been 2 months since the breakup, and I was making videos at the beginning, and the reason for that was really just to communicate what was going on with me in an effort to send a message to my children for them to reference later on in life if they run into similar problems, to help other people that might be experiencing the same issue in their life and their relationships, and to kind of document what I was experiencing in the moment. And the past 2 months have been amazing at times and horribly painful at other times. But it's been 2 months. We haven't seen each other, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing for her. That's a good thing for me. And this time has really helped me to discover a lot about myself, a lot about what happened in our relationship, uh, a lot about both parts in that dance that we had for 8 years. And I've learned that a big part of our issues were tied to a codependent relationship that wasn't set up for success from the start. We were both coming from some complex traumas from early on in our lives, and we weren't healed from those, and that led to a lot of the frustration, the codependent dynamic that we had amongst each other. And it's taken, this long to really open my eyes and see what was going on. I mean, I remember the first couple of weeks there really just fighting an addiction. I was totally addicted to her in a way that I can only um, express as like almost like crack or something. I've never tried crack or done any of that type of thing and been so into something, but like she was my drug of choice. She's what made me feel good when I was seeking validation from her or approval through helping her to solve whatever problems or drama was going on in her life at the moment. And I got to tell you that is exhausting. That is very taxing on a person. It was very taxing on me and led me down a road where I really lost myself, my own sense of identity and my own goals and purpose and what I was doing with my life because I was so wrapped up in her and what she had going on and her needs and trying to be that savior in our relationship. So the 2 months, like I said, haven't been easy, and there's been a couple of things that really helped me through it. One is working on getting more physical and fit and getting my workouts in and taking up running again. The other thing is really just reaching out and reconnecting with friends and family I hadn't talked to. That's part of what happens in those type of relationships is oftentimes you start to become isolated from your friends and family and the people that care about you. And that was something that's really helped me out. And then making new friends and exploring new people and new hobbies and experiences have all helped with that. But it hasn't been easy, and there's days where it's still painful as I still uh, experience things that trigger memories from the past and looking back, and it's been tough. I mean, it was tough for me to accept that it was time for us to move on and move on with intention of not getting back together for me, because I realized that it was unhealthy so unhealthy for me, for her, for our kids, for our family. It just wasn't right, and I really need the time to heal and to work on my stuff because I don't want to experience that type of thing again, and I actually want to help other people to not experience it as well because I think it's a big issue in our culture and our society and our families. I don't think we realize how deep this goes into our society and into people. This whole codependent dynamic, and the empath and narcissist relationship, and the whole spectrum of issues that come out of this. I mean, it links to all kinds of other addictions and other issues in families. And it's important for us to be open and sharing and talking about our personal stories like I am so that other people feel comfortable and confident opening up and trying to find help and being aware of what's really going on. So, there's been a couple of things that have really helped me. I've read, I've listened to, because I listen to Audible mostly. I don't usually read it, but I listen to Audible while I'm doing other things a lot. And there have been a couple of books that really helped me out with it. One of the ones that currently is helping me out is if you go to timfletcher.ca, he has a series of videos on YouTube you can watch that go in depth about codependency, and he also offers counseling and other things. The other work that's helped me out is The Work by Byron Katie. If you look into her work, that's really helped me out in realizing that a lot of the trauma, the emotion that we carry come from our thoughts, and that we have the ability to question those and get past those. The other piece that's helped me is Alive Academy. If you go online and look him up, Tom, he has done a lot to help me out with the meditation piece, with getting centered and working on letting go, which is also something that can really help during times like this. So that's an update of what's happened over the last 2 months. I also had to fight the tendency to seek out a new relationship. There are points where I get like this desperate need for a validation and seeking love and affection from somebody, anybody, and I found that's when the moments when I really need to come back to myself and focus on loving myself and not looking for that from outside. But it takes a lot to do that. It's not something easy. And my first instinct was to jump back into something else, but I knew deep down that it was just going to lead to more of the same type of issues for me and most likely for the other person, because hurt people attract hurt people. And I believe that is totally true. And I hope that you've probably seen the same thing in your lives as well. So it's important for all of us to see what's going on with ourselves and how we're impacting the people around us, and take accountability for it and really work on fixing that and getting to a place where you understand it and you can help to disrupt those patterns that you've established for yourself, right? So that we don't continue this generational. I think this is something that started out with my mother. It's probably passed down from hers, and it's something that we pass down to our children if we don't look at and really address with all the resources that are available. So don't jump into anything else before you feel healed and you feel at a place where you're comfortable loving yourself to the max and really enjoying yourself. So I've had to fight that. She's actually jumped back into another relationship, and she's excited about that, but it's not something that I want to do, because my goal is not to have the same type of thing happen. And she wasn't the first relationship that I had that was codependent and that had the same similar issues. So I know for a fact that this is something that is definitely related to me and how I do things and how I relate to the person I'm with and what I'm looking for. So this is it for me. I'm not gonna do what I've done in the past. It's time for a change. It's time for me to do something new, and that's what I'm seeking to do. So I hope that you guys listening to my story and what's going on with me, helps you in some way. If there's any way that I can help you, don't hesitate to reach out and message me. But this is something that I think all of us have the power within us to change. And don't beat yourself up. Part of our journey in life is learning from these experiences. And if it was easy, we wouldn't have the chance to grow, right? And become the people that can serve others and truly realize what our purpose is, right? So I hope again that this helps you guys. I love you all. That's something I'm really working on, is just being grateful for what I have, and how I can help other people too. So have a great day. I will update you guys again probably in another month. And in between, I'll be shooting some of these short videos that you may have seen, sharing some tips and tricks that I learn along the way. So talk to you guys later.